And we've all been slaves to a narrow-minded perception, a narrow-minded religion, a narrow-minded outlook. And we wonder why we can't get out of that prison. There's some things in life that once we see and that we experience that can't be unseen, that can't be unexperienced. We've had those first kisses, those first loves. We've had our first deaths. We've had our first losses, the first breakups. We've had those enchanting, wonderful, awe-inspired experience that leave us breathless. And on the other end of the spectrum, we've had those horrifying, nightmarish instances that leave us scarred. And both of those are things that once they've been experienced and felt and seen, cannot be unseen. And many times in the position of an addict, we've seen and been a part of some horrible things, and we become narrow-minded. We become focused on that. And when you become focused on one thing, everything else is going to derive from that. And you're going to paint the rest of your picture with the color of that thing that cannot be unseen, that can't be unfelt. And so the rest of our life is built upon that foundation because that's what we're focused on. As addicts, we stay focused on the hurts and the pains and the excuses. And we continue to make excuses and excuses. And our perception, our lens with which we see the rest of our lives is through the eyes of that hurt, that pain, that unseen circumstance that has scarred us. And so everything within our mindset is built upon that perception. And it's like if you've grown up believing one philosophy, one ideology, one religion, then everything else is going to be based upon that. And we've all been slaves to a narrow-minded perception, a narrow-minded religion, a narrow-minded outlook. And we wonder why we can't get out of that prison. It's because all of our thoughts derive from that one perception. And that's the same thing with the asshole addict. On a daily basis, we're looking through the lens of addiction. We're looking through the lens of our hurt. And if we want to begin to see something that can't but be unseen that actually benefits us, right? Imagine going and seeing the Eiffel Tower in Paris. Imagine that first kiss. Imagine seeing the Grand Canyon. That's something that can't be unseen, and that's going to continue to motivate you. That's been etched on the walls of your heart, and it's going to continue to pull you forward in hope and faith that there is something beautiful, that there is a purpose, that there is something more. And so if we want to change our perception from the asshole addict, we've got to begin to have the mindset of a hero, the mindset of a champion, the mindset of someone that can pull themselves out of this hell, this destruction, this darkness. And in order to do that, we've got to change the lens with which we look at our situation, with how we look at the world. Because, like it or not, the way we've perceived things and our thoughts and our mindset and our actions have got us where we are. And if we want a better place, if we want to end up in a destination that is actually meaningful and purposeful and isn't filled with shame and regret, then it's time we put on a new perception, a new mindset. And in order to do that, we can't think the same thing that we've always thought. If we want to see something that can't be unseen, that is actually beneficial to us, we've got to get out of our mindset. And how do we do that? We surround ourselves with people that are different from us, that are successful, that are going in the direction that we want to go. We read books that are going to help us adopt that mindset that's going to get us where we want to go. We watch videos like this and YouTube videos, and we listen to other people that are going to inspire us to begin to form this habit of thinking that will move us out of the asshole addictive behaviors that we're currently in. And it's hard. It's hard to give up the mindset that you've adopted and been comfortable with for so long. It's hard to give up that addict mindset because it's what you've known for so long. But damn it, our way of thinking is bullshit, and it only ends up in addiction, and it only ends up in less than places with less than behaviors. Part of being a hero is having the courage to say, you know what I've been doing, what I've been thinking, the way that I've been looking at the world, The way that I've been looking at my situation, it's not working. And I would rather be uncomfortable and moving away from the bullshit than be comfortable and stuck in my bullshit. A majority of addicts are never going to change their perception. Therefore, they're never going to change their lives. They're never going to change their habits. They're never going to change their actions because they're narrowed in with that narrow mind of addictive perception. If we want to get rid of the bullshit and begin to grab a hold of something new, we've got to begin to place our eyes on something wonderful, something different, something uncomfortable that is going to leave an impact on us. And once we see it, it can't be unseen, and it motivates us to move forward because we know there's hope. And we place our trust in becoming the hero that attaches themselves to something bigger than our weak-ass limited perception. Our reality isn't the wholeness of the world. Our reality is just a piece of this matrix. There's a billion other realities. And if we can grab hold of one of those that are actually going to go to work for us and not against us, then we've become a hero. And we've slayed the asshole and removed the addict from the asshole and attached ourselves to the hero. And in doing so, we're going to live a more noble, meaningful, purposeful life. We're going to have some substance. We're actually going to wake up and enjoy the opportunity to begin to look at things in a new way so that we see something that can't be unseen and sparks that flame within us that begins to burn within us and draws us towards something bigger. There is more. There's more than addiction. There's more than the perception that you have. There's more than that bullshit negative thinking. I love you guys. You'll hear from me next episode.